Dear learners, hope you enjoyed the session on educational thinkers, and there's a lot to tell about on education and how the role of education is meant for an individual and how it will benefit the society, the organization, the family, or whatever the case may be, or the nation. And in this process, the government did come out with the National Literacy Mission, that is NLM, and in the present context, they have also come out with the new national education policy, which is a kind of reform which is going to happen in the education sector. And whatever we discussed, that how the different educational thinkers across the world, what were their thoughts, you would find that everyone believed in one thing, that they want education for all, and the education should not be confined to the classrooms, it should be practical in nature. So with the new education policy, these reforms are going to be implemented and they would be beneficial for the society. For the time being, we'll concentrate on the National Literacy Mission and how it is empowering the society, and with the help of NGOs, how they are coming with different aspects of literacy programs that we would be seeing. What is literacy in common terms? When we talk about literacy as per the definition given by UNESCO, it is the ability to identify, understand, interpret, create, communicate, compute using printed and written materials associated with varying contexts. Literacy also involves a continuum of learning to enable an individual to achieve his or her goals, to develop his or her knowledge and potential, and to participate fully in the wider society. So it is a combination of everything. It is the identification, understanding, interpretation, creation, communication, and computation. So it can be in any form. We say Kerala is a 100% literate state. How do we identify it? Does each and every individual of Kerala is holding a certain kind of a degree? No. But as per these information, as per this definition given by UNESCO, each and every individual in Kerala is able to read and write. Read and write in the basic sense. So when we talk about aspects of literacy, they are not limited to reading, but also involves critical understanding of what has been read. Literacy basically means of personal liberation and development, and it helps in development of problem-solving skills. So it is like when you are able to read and write, you can comprehend that what have you read and how you can apply those information, such information which is applicable for the problem solving or the decision making skill. Now let us see who is a literate person. A literate person is one who can, with understanding of course. Now if you are saying it is APPLE is apple, but you need to understand what is an apple. So that is, it has to be with understanding both read and write. A short simple statement relevant to his or her everyday life. A literate person is one who has acquired all the essential knowledge and skills for effective functioning in a group or community. A literate person who has acquired reading, writing, and innumeracy skills uses these skills towards the development of one's community and oneself as well. So it is personal development as well as the community development. Now coming to the concept of National Literacy Mission. An element defines literacy as acquiring the skills of reading, writing, and arithmetic. So it includes arithmetic also, and the ability to apply them to one's daily life. So there are 3 R's of NLM, that is reading, writing, and arithmetic. So we are using the word in the sense is that the 3 alphabets of NLM is that it is reading, writing, and arithmetic, and if you just pronounce it, it sounds like R. So NLM was established not only to make an individual self-reliant in reading and writing and arithmetic, but also to make them aware of the development issues affecting the society. It was set up by the Government of India on the 5th May of 1988, and the aim of NLM was to eradicate literacy in the country by imparting functional literacy to non-literates. So it was built in with the aim of eradicating illiteracy in our country, and the target group of NLM was the people between the age of 15 and 35, and it works under the guidance of National Literacy Mission Authority, an independent wing of Ministry of Human Resources and Development. There were 2 flagship programs under NLM. One is the Total Literacy Programs and the Post Literacy Program, that after literacy what programs would be incorporated. And these programs were followed by Continuing Education Program and Vocational Training. And Total Literacy Campaign aims to impart basic literacy to the adult non-literates. The post-literacy programs, they aim to strengthen the literacy skills of the neo-literates, and Continuing Education Program aims to provide facilities like rural library and reading room to the neo-literates to develop their skills, develop their reading and writing habits, and of course to the other sections of the community. Apart from these programs, vocational training was also provided to the neo-literates and other disadvantaged sections of the society through the Jan Shikshan Sansthan. And when we talk about Jan Shikshan Sansthan, we'll see something about it in the screen reader. On 30th November 1999, total literacy and post-literacy programs were combined under a single program after the revitalization of NLM, or after revisiting NLM, and these 2 programs, they were combined under one program, and the new program was named as Literacy Campaigns on Operation Restoration. The aim of the new program is to achieve continuity, efficiency and convergence, and to minimize unnecessary time lag between the earlier 2 programs. Now let us talk about Jan Shikshan Sansthan, and let us see what are these initiatives. And if you see, it is a Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship program. So it has come into the Skill India movement, and when we just talk about the background of Jan Shikshan Sansthan, you will find that it was set up under National Literacy Mission, of course, but it has, you can see that it offers the skills, required skills to provide the education, the capacity building, you can say the training to the volunteers. And this scheme is also known as Shramik Vidyapeeth. It was known as Shramik Vidyapeeth, and it is implemented through a network of NGOs in the country since March 1967. Imagine, and that was incorporated in National Literacy Mission. And the objectives was to improve the occupational skills and the technical knowledge of non and neo-literate persons who have rudimentary level of education or no education up to 8th standard, and other school dropouts beyond 8 standards, to identify and promote the traditional skills, to create a pool of master trainers, to collaborate and coordinate with other departments or agencies working in this particular area. So these were some of the objectives of Jan Shikshan Sansthan. And if you see, there are schemes and initiatives and short-term and long-term training programs also. But we would highlight on school initiatives and higher education, and we'll try to find out that what aspects they have. And when we talk about school initiatives and higher education, under this section, it is the school education space, and it has expanded its footprints to 2 new states of Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu also. And if you see, there are other schemes and initiatives as well. And in higher education, it concentrates on the Vikas Yojana, the technical education. So we have regulatory bodies also which are working for it. And there are, you can see the numbers also, the statistics also, that how the different private universities and national universities, they have been working for providing higher education for the children of the community. So this was all about Jan Shikshan Sansthan. You can always just check the other aspects of how government is materializing in providing and imparting education to the and trying to reach the most rural base. And if you just take an example of IGNOU also, it is the motto is reaching the unreached, and the higher education which it is providing is one of its kind, and it is trying to reach to the most rural part of the country. These were certain objectives of NLM, and this is achieving self-reliance in reading, writing and arithmetic. It is escalating the campaign of literacy in the country with an aim of bringing 80 million illiterate people into literacy circles till 1995, and till date it has achieved a major source. The special attention to the women and backward communities was the main objective, and the objective was to educate the adults between the age group of 15 and 35. And the special focus was on educating people in rural India. Some of the benefits of NLM or National Literacy Mission, or the advantages of NLM, are it helps in educating illiterate people by teaching them to read and write. It helps in training people in how to utilize their skills. It guides people in their development as well as community development. And it is useful in improvement in literacy rate within the country. These are certain features of the National Literacy Mission. It is an integrated efforts of government and non-governmental organization. It has trained volunteers. It is a time-bound program for spreading literacy, and it spreads across different levels, districts, blocks, villages and other parts of the rural base. When we talk about the approaches of NLM, the literacy mission is carried with the help on central government along with the state government, that is through National Literacy Mission Authority. And in order to decentralize the process of literacy campaigns, State Literacy Mission Authority was established. Apart from the government agencies, NLM involved numerous volunteers and voluntary organizations like NGOs in imparting education. The major activities which have been undertaken for educating people under this mission is preparation of learning material, publication of materials, creating audiovisual materials, and creation of a suitable environment for education. When we see different approaches of NLM, we have volunteers of NLM, which includes young people who are committed to the social service or ex-servicemen who are trained for educating the illiterate adults. There are certain provisions also for making the training of panchayat members to educate illiterate people in the villages. And there are two approaches based on educating the people. That is, one is area-based approach and the other is each one teach one. Teach India initiative is also something like this. Like each and every person in the village can teach the other person, and it is the mutual learning which is happening. And one is the area-based approach, like you just set a cluster of people and then you start teaching them and then you move to the other cluster or the other area. Under area-based approach, it includes preparing a plan of action for a specific area in the village, municipal area or district or the block level, whatever the case may be. Under each one teach one approach, the volunteers and learners, they can decide the time and venue of learning. There are certain examples in how organizations functions for educating people under the National Literacy Mission. Like they choose a specific area, say any village. They set up certain centers which can handle at least 30 people at one time. They set up a learning environment like arranging for lamps, books, audiovisual tools, etc. And they arrange for volunteers who go to these places and they help them learn through different modes of learning. The volunteers are being trained in this case and they identify the illiterate people. They create teaching material and digital material and they teach illiterate people to give them minimum required skills and they perform administrative functions. Read India movement is something like this. So when we talk about the duties of an NGO, in case of following the policies of or implementing the policies of National Literacy Mission, the NGOs should have proper constitution and a managing body in order to get registered under National Literacy Mission. In case of an unregistered NGO, a letter from the collector or the deputy commissioner certifying about the legitimacy of the NGO should be submitted. And there should not be any discrimination on the grounds of caste, race and religion while educating people. That means education is for all. Now if you see the other aspect of NGOs, you'll find we'll just go and see the screen recording of National Literacy Mission and then see how it works and how the Jan Shikshan Sansthans, they provide the education to all and what kind of programs they have. Thank you so much.